Well, I assume you all saw the teaser for tonight's episode, guys. At the end of Friday's episode, we know things are going to get rather caustic as they play Spin the Bottle.
On Sunday nights.
There.
Day to go home.
The games.
Nog the islander you would be with if you wasn't in your couple now.
Continue.
So let's have a look at what's happening tonight. From the press release we've been issued, looks like it's going to be an interesting one. Oh yes. Still reeling from Emily and Tony's argument, Shakira takes Emily to the mini fire pit and explains her side of things. I feel like in situations it's a case of reading the room a little bit. I feel like you've not made an effort with us. Later, when Shakira mentions Tony having a bad day, Emily adds, just because she's in a bad mood doesn't mean I can't be in a good mood. You should have come to me. The two don't agree and leave things there, but when Shakira hears Emily telling the group about their conversation, the argument is reignited. After, Harry and Shakira chat at the snug, and things get flirty. He asks her, so you've spoken to Ben and called things off with him? Shakira replies, nothing to do with you, by the way, before that goes to your head. He adds, I don't want to come on too strong. I think I felt like this since we haven't been talking. You start giggling when I look at you. Has Shakira gone back to square one with Harry, now that things are officially done with Ben? Harrison also takes Tony up to the terrace and she asks him, who's your best chap been with? And he tells her, definitely with you for real. Tony agrees, we've got a good thing going. And the two get closer on the terrace. I wonder if that means kiss. Now, I do understand that on Friday night's episode we had this argument with Tony and Emily, and a lot of people were left perplexed as to what on earth they were arguing about, and even me, I was a bit like, I don't quite understand the context of this. I think Tony doesn't like the fact that Emily is quite happy-go-lucky, but also Emily is kind of siding with the mean girl side of the villa, shall we say. You know, the Irish Meg, Helena, and some of the others who seem to have been very, well, critical of the other lot. And I get it, you know, the ones who were shouting at Melisha when Melisha was there. But I also think the problem with Love Island is there's a lot of stuff we don't see, and I think there's probably hours of unaired footage, and we've seen probably none of the footage that led to Tony and Emily having that confrontation, which does make it rather confusing, I'm sorry to say. But it's there now, it's happening, and clearly carrying on. And it looks like Tony has still got Harrison's attention. I thought that was waning slightly, but clearly not. And Shakira does seem to be interested in Harry. And again, I'm thinking, Shakira, how could you be so silly? He will not behave any differently with you as he has done with the other girls. And we know this for a fact because he was sitting with Dijon on Friday and saying that all the stuff that he'd said to Shakira, she had lapped up, meaning he was being manipulative, and him and Dijon were giggling about it. So clearly this is just Harry carrying on his spate of various fires which he's lit around the villa. Following the drama of Friday night's episode, Dijon checks in with Connor after he surprised the Islanders by pulling Megan for a chat whilst coupled up with Emily. Connor tells him after a turbulent 24 hours, if I was to do it again, I'd pull Emily first because she was surprised. But if we're all saying we're single, why don't we continue to talk and see if it's something? Megan then asks Connor for a chat and they head to the hammock. Connor tells her, we're both single, I wanted to see what you were thinking. Megan says, we all keep saying we're single, but we need to effing act like it. Oh, really? Connor adds, you do get on well with Tommy and I see that, before Megan adds, same with you and Em. Looks like the two exploring something new, leaving Tommy and Emily with some thoughts. They both catch up at the snug that afternoon and Tommy tells Emily, my opinion is he, Connor, went about it the wrong way. Again, just like Shay did, yeah. According to Tommy. Emily agrees. He blindsided me. I didn't even know he was interested in Megan. Tommy adds, I think he likes the chase, and he's thinking who else can I get to know to make it interesting. Emily later chats to Connor on the sun deck and makes a statement that leaves Connor unsure of what to do next. It's time for a game of Spin the Bottle. Whoever the bottle lands on must take a card, which will read either truth or dare. It's up to the Islanders to get creative and think about a truth or dare for that specific person. Helena lands on a dare and Dijon dares her to kiss the person that she'd choose to recouple with. She kisses Harrison. When she pulls a truth card, Harry asks Megan how she genuinely feels about Connor. She tells the group, me and Connor got on from the start, and that got cut short. So I feel like there's unfinished business there, as you would say, Harry. Toni is asked how she feels to know that Harrison isn't just interested in her, given Helena's kiss in her dare. Toni responds, when we talk to each other, he says the best chats are with me, so he knows where home is. Yasmin then puts Harrison on the spot. Do you think the best chats are with Toni? Harry is dared to kiss the islander he's best suited to, whilst Shay is dared to tell each islander the first word he thinks of them, to mixed reactions. Okay, so not really much information there about what's happening tonight. I was hoping for a little bit more about the game of dares, because that sounds a bit, well, average. I'm sure something more will happen. We know that Tommy's going to kiss a few people. We've seen that in the trailer there. So we know there's going to be some friction between Helena, Harrison, Toni, Emily. Shakira also does a bit of kiss. So there's going to be a bit of upset tonight. We know that much. But I don't think it's going to be perhaps on the levels we've seen last week. So I guess we'll get a bit more context and a bit more understanding of the rivalry between Toni and Emily. And you know what? If Tommy and Megan are kind of hitting the rocks, that's kind of a good thing. Because, they're quite boring. You know, people have said they could even win. And I'm like, already we're saying who's going to win? Those guys? Really? Surely, I think no. I don't mind them, but at the same time I'm like, yeah. You see, look how Tommy's behaving now with Connor getting and Megan. He's saying, oh, he went about it the wrong way. And this is exactly what he did with Shay. It's like, oh, he went about it the wrong way. It was disrespectful, blah, blah, blah. They have this thing about respect in this season. I don't know why. And I'm just like, well, you know, you are still open. You're not necessarily officially in couples yet. So I think it's a bit premature to say you went about it the wrong way. What's a good way? Does Tommy expect the men to come up to him and say, oh, Tommy, please would you consider me being allowed to speak to your lady friend Megan, and see what happens after that? Maybe that's what Tommy's expecting, and he will grant them time with Megan or not. Anyway, nothing about Megan DeJean, nothing really there to report, but I'm hoping things will take a turn at some point this week for them. But there we go, guys. That's your first look for Sunday's episode. What do you reckon? Are you excited? What do you think is going to happen? And I hope you have a nice, sunny Sunday. And I will catch you later for Love Island. And we will watch together and have a good old laugh.